Have you ever wondered if everything you know is a lie? What if your senses, memories, and even your very existence were illusions? In the 17th century, a French philosopher named René Descartes dared to ask these unsettling questions. He introduced the world to radical doubt, a method of questioning so profound that it would shake the foundations of knowledge and lead to one of the most famous philosophical conclusions of all time: cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am. But how did he arrive there, and why does it matter today? Let's dive into the fascinating journey of Descartes and his theory of radical doubt. René Descartes lived in a time of upheaval. Wars, religious conflict, and the rise of scientific inquiry were reshaping the world. The certainties of the medieval period were crumbling, and Descartes sought a solid foundation for knowledge. He wanted to find something so irrefutably true that it could serve as the bedrock for all understanding. But how do you find absolute certainty in a world full of contradictions? Descartes' answer was radical: doubt everything. He introduced this idea in his seminal work, Meditations on First Philosophy, where he embarks on a philosophical journey of skepticism. Radical doubt begins with a simple but powerful premise: question everything that can be doubted. Descartes begins by scrutinizing the reliability of the senses. After all, our senses can deceive us. A stick looks bent in water, a mirage appears real in the desert. If our senses can lie, can we truly trust them? He then extends this doubt to memories and beliefs. What if our entire understanding of the world is built on shaky assumptions? To push the idea further, Descartes introduces a thought experiment: the evil demon. Imagine a malicious, omnipotent being whose sole purpose is to deceive you. Could you distinguish between reality and the illusion created by this demon? If not, then everything, even the physical world, could be doubted. At the height of his doubt, Descartes realizes that even if everything he perceives is an illusion, there is one thing that cannot be doubted: his own act of doubting. He writes, "But I have convinced myself that there is absolutely nothing in the world, no sky, no earth, no minds, no bodies. Does it now follow that I too do not exist? But doubtless I did exist if I persuaded myself of something." From this insight he concludes, cogito ergo sum, I think therefore I am. The very act of thinking proves the thinker's existence. For Descartes, this becomes the foundation of all knowledge. It is the one indubitable truth upon which he can rebuild his understanding of the world. Having established his own existence, Descartes seeks to rebuild knowledge step by step. He argues that a perfect, infinite being, God, must exist because the idea of such a being could not have originated from his finite mind. In Meditations on First Philosophy, he writes, "The idea of God cannot have originated in myself alone. Thus, it is only possible that this idea has been placed in me by a being who truly has all the perfections which I attribute to him." From the existence of God, Descartes concludes that the external world must also be real, as God, being perfect, would not deceive him. This chain of reasoning allowed him to reconstruct a worldview grounded in certainty, but one that began with radical doubt. Descartes' method of radical doubt and his conclusions were revolutionary, but they were not without controversy. His reliance on God as a guarantor of truth was challenged by later philosophers like David Hume, who questioned whether such leaps were justified. Furthermore, Descartes' dualism, the idea that mind and body are distinct substances, sparked centuries of debate. How can an immaterial mind interact with a physical body? This mind-body problem remains a central question in philosophy today. Radical doubt isn't just an abstract philosophical exercise. It's a powerful tool for critical thinking. In a world filled with misinformation, assumptions, and biases, Descartes' method reminds us to question and seek clarity. By doubting, we get closer to what's true. Take modern science, for example. The scientific method, which involves testing, falsification, and skepticism, echoes Descartes' approach. Radical doubt teaches us not to fear uncertainty, but to use it as a stepping stone toward understanding. Descartes' journey of radical doubt is more than a historical curiosity. It's a blueprint for how we can navigate life's complexities. By questioning deeply, we can uncover truths that endure. As Descartes showed, even in the face of uncertainty, there is a foundation to be found: our capacity to think, to question, and to understand. So the next time you're faced with doubt, remember, it's not an obstacle, it's a path. And as Descartes proved, that path can lead to the most profound revelations. What do you think of Descartes' theory of radical doubt? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations of philosophy and the human condition.